Welcome to our studio update. I'm Ivy.
And I'm Veronica, and we're here to share with you what's going on in and around the Miss Fab studio this week.
This week, we are focused on Mary Annarella's mystery knit-along called Only Yarn in the Building.
So one thing that we often get asked by people is, hang on, what's a mystery knit-along? How does this work? So we know that Only Yarn in the Building is going to be a big shawl using 4 colors of yarn, but the mystery part is that the construction methods and the stitch patterns are all a surprise. So the first clue, which is the first part of the pattern, comes out on Friday, February 21st, and then there'll be 5 more clues on each following Friday. And then Mary says in her description of the pattern that there's going to be some lace, slip stitches, some simple cables, and maybe some other unusual stitches, but she's going to provide video tutorials so that you don't get lost in all that part.
We should probably also share that Only Yarn in the Building is based on the Hulu original Only Murders in the Building. I don't know if that's important information, but that's why it's called that.
That's why it's called that. And yeah, she's done a number of different mystery knit-alongs in the past few years. Most of them have been based on different movies. So we had one called The Muppet Shawl last year, one based on Monty Python a few years ago, one based on Ghostbusters,
And the
Princess Bride. So if you have any idea, any questions about like what these shawls end up looking like, you can check out those previous knit-alongs to get a sense of what you're in for. But we've
about colors, or do you want me to show you our sets first?
Yeah, let's see what kind of sets we've put together. We've put together several different sets for Only Yarn in the Building, and Ivy has a few of those here to share with us.
I have most of them here. So first I'll show you the original, the colors that Mary chose for her own shawl. This set is called Only Yarn in the Building. It's oxidized silver, thunderstorm, flurries, and turmeric.
Okay. Cool.
Okay, so one of the other ones that has been popular so far is this one. It's called the Pickwick Triplets. It has 3 tealy greens and a deep purple.
Nice.
This one is called Brazos. It's clear blues and like rusty orange, sort of. Then we have Rattle Dazzle, 3 shades of red with a contrast gray. Glitter Guy, which is pink with teal.
That's fun.
And Animal Jobs, which is more like a fall kind of palette with a dark blue. And then a mostly neutral with a pop called The Actors. These are all blue grays, and you can really choose any kind of pop color that you want to go with these other 3 colors.
Yeah, so if none of these sets kind of jump out at you, Mary gave some great color advice if you want to pick your own colors, and of course we're always happy to help you do that. So you do need 4 colors of a fingering weight yarn. The first 3 colors can be a gradient like what we've shown you here, or they can be kind of similar. Some of them can be speckled if you like, but variegated's not a good choice for this pattern. And then the 4th color does need to be a contrast color and pop against the other 3. All right, cool. So we hope that we'll see a bunch of you in the knit-along coming up.
So Veronica, what's our featured yarn this month?
All right, so our featured yarn for February, one of our featured yarns that you might get a little sample of in your next order, is Caroline. And Caroline is a fingering weight yarn, which is a merino cashmere nylon blend. And unlike many other MCN yarns, it's got 20% cashmere instead of 10%, which makes it super, super soft. It's a 3-ply construction in a fingering weight, which makes it nice and round. 400 yard skeins, and it's super soft and super nice. We know some people who love cashmere, and this is one of their absolute favorite yarns. So it's great for all different kinds of accessory projects.
Perfect. I've brought some samples over here to talk about. This is called Hellebora by Susanna IC. It's a simple 2-color shawl knit from the top center down. It's 1 skein in each of these 2 colors, so a pretty high contrast is good for a project like this. I've brought actually a few pairs of skeins to show you, including the sample colors. This is what our sample that I just showed you is knit in
And
Hellebora and Sagrada Caroline. I also brought over both of last year's Rhinebeck colorways with a contrasting skein. So I have Sweater Weather with Cascara.
ooh, I like that.
It's really nice. It works really well. And I also brought Zephyr and Blackwatch to show you. And I brought another sample, which is a Michael Harrigan wrap pattern. It's called the Windows Wrap. It's knit in a solid and a variegated, I believe 2 skeins in the solid and 1 skein in the variegated. Just a nice big scarfy thing.
Yeah, he's done a bunch of those, several different patterns with Caroline with these
Mm-hmm.
long wraps, and they've been really popular because they're just so nice and soft.
Mostly mosaic too, so
Hmm.
the texture is really nice.
All right, and last but not least, let's talk about what we're making this week. We've brought in special guest Helen to join us this week. So Helen, what are you making? What are you working on?
I'm working on a pair of socks from our 2 at a time sock blank. The cool thing about these is that they are a pretty good match for each other. Normally with the socks I knit from our yarn, it's fun to see how the skein changes from one end to the next, but because these are knit from a sock blank where you've got the 2 strands coming off at the same time, they actually do match pretty nicely, which is very neat. This is not my normal sock knitting technique of 2 at a time on circular needles, so that's also been a bit different for me.
A little bit of a challenge.
Yeah, a bit of an experience. Yeah. I know some people who this is always how they knit their socks, but I'm a 1 at a time on DPNs girl, so yes. For my next pair, I'll definitely be back to that.
Yeah, so we brought over some sock blanks also so that you guys can see how we package them up. And we still have several different options. They're all just numbered on our website, and they're called double knit sock blanks if you're looking to find them.
And you guys still have more to dye, right?
I do have more to dye. So yes, we will keep these guys coming.
Nice. Yeah. And Ivy, you just started a new project?
I did. I started the Blue Ridge Cowl by Laura Aylor. This is as far as I've gotten so far, like just started 20 minutes ago.
Yeah. You wound your yarn after lunch
yes,
today.
Yes, I did. So. I did. I just started. So I have here Yowza minis in 3 different colors. This is Valiant Grapes and Sagrada. And then my other contrast color, yes, hold that up for me, will be this Dragon Claw, this nice bright green.
Oh, nice. I like that.
I do too. Very, very typical Ivy colors.
Really pretty though.
What do you have, Veronica?
All right. So I don't have anything work in progress, but I have a sneak preview of a pattern that I just finished writing up. And so hopefully we're going to get this out to you guys pretty soon. I think I'm going to call this the Forager Hat, and it's got a little mushroom motif. And this is knit in 2 colors of Yowza minis. So this is Plover and London Town, and I really liked this little motif and wanted to turn it into something. So that's where that hat's at.
Fun.
It's super cute.
Yeah. So looking forward to that. Alrighty. I want to thank everybody for tuning in for our studio update this time. We'd love to hear from you. Please send your questions via email, info@missbabs.com, and we'll try to answer them next time. Hopefully we'll hear from you, and thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.